Yo, what's up YouTube, and welcome back to another FIFA 22 video. Now tonight's video is icon flipping. Okay, now a lot of people are going to be like, why are you flipping icons? There's an SBC pack out. However, with that SBC pack out, the prices drop at a set time and then they jump back up after you know, peak time's kind of gone. So the time of when people are opening packs now, they're doing the SBC now, peak time between 7 and 10 o'clock UK time. Right now, the prices will drop on icons, and you will see this across the Footbin and Footywiz. However, tomorrow morning or tomorrow lunchtime, when cards are actually, you know, the SBC's not being done, the cards prices will rise, which means we're going to be flipping them on. So I'm going to quickly show you some of the stuff that we are going to be looking at. But also, with that said, guys, if you're new around here, hit that sub button, and let's see if we can hit 150 likes on this video in the first 24 hours. Also, don't forget, if you're a sub Twitch, guys, you have all the information on everything that's going on the market right now, just at a click of a button. Spoon-fed filters, more into-depth sort of trading. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, and sometimes there is some options of me being able to just help you do a little bit extra trading if I got a little bit of time. But with that said, let's get straight into this, okay? So as you can see, we are on Footywiz. Now, Footywiz is huge for anyone that kind of wants to understand what the market's doing or what a set card's doing. Now, what you want to do is you want to go up to this button up here to trading, okay? And we're going to look at icons. Now, we're going to go to base icons. This will tell you, okay, how the market's acting, first of all. Okay, it will give you 1,000,001 adverts. So it'll tell you how it's all going. Now, with it all going, you can obviously see that, you know, it's dropping, it's going up. Here we go. So we're down into peak time. It will start going back up. But it also tells you who's doing good and who's doing bad, okay? So all these are kind of up at this moment in time. As you can see, price yesterday, 134. Today is 150. Okay, now you don't want to look at these ones because these are already high. This is what you're trying to dodge. This is what you're trying to make yourself. So what you're going to do is you're going to go down to here. Okay, the further down, the better they are. So as you see, yesterday he was 138. Today he's 129. But also, if you look at this here, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go and have a look at Keane. Now, Keane right now is 145 on the PlayStation, okay, and he's 172 on the Xbox. Obviously, PC 165. Now, it tells you kind of what they're down and what they're up. Now, again, this is where we're going to be trying to pick up some of the cards, and I'm going to try and show you how to do it, guys. And I'll show you actually one of myself. Okay, so I picked this one up for 140k, and I picked him up last night. I sold him throughout the night for 156. I actually made myself about, what was it, about 9,000 coins profit on it. It's not much. However, I'll show you towards the end of the video. I missed out on 60k profit through open bidding on Michael Owen. Okay, now if you're not going to, you don't have to buy a card. Remember, okay, you're not forced into buying a card. So if you find the cheapest one on the market, let's say you find one here at 144, okay, and you go and buy him, what you're doing is potentially giving yourself an option of, you know, losing money. Or so what, you know, you can see here already straight away he's going 148, 148, 147. Okay, over here, 189, 185, 18. He's dropping in price, okay? 211, 18, 173. So you've got to be patient. You're not committed to buy. When you see a card go as low as, so we know this card here, right? Today, he dropped to 134. He's actually currently at 146. So 134 is already making you profit because 100,000 coins is 5k, okay? And then obviously you put the 50k is 2,500. So you're looking at 7,500 coins for EA tax for a 150k card. Now again, you can go and check on the calculators on here. Okay, that's completely, you know, it's a great option. I don't actually know where it is on this one. It would be somewhere along here. I'm sure someone will leave it in the comment section. Oh, there you go. Bosh, right at the top there. Okay, so you can check what a card would go for. So now I can see that this card has dropped a minimum of 34k, okay? But I also know he's hit a peak of 157. Now, if I pick the card up now, I can still make a little bit of profit. But what I'm doing is I'm naturally making this a riskier investment and flip than what it could be, okay? So if I look like here now, we go and search the market and I find only 140s. I'll look at all the bids. I'll look at the sniping, okay? Now, I don't normally sit here and snipe these, I normally mass bid them. So at this point, I would go to another card if I can't see him. Now, if I see him down at 136, I know maybe I can flip him on for 20k more. I'm going to make myself 13,500 coins, okay? And I want to make it a quick flip. So if I can pick him up here and sell him off here. Now, this is where I sold my Michael Owen, was about 11 o'clock today. As you can see here, okay, on the Xbox, his lowest was 162, but his highest was 179, okay? And he's up there at 178 now. Okay, so this is a very, very good flip for you guys. And again, as you can see down here, right, on the PC version isn't better. He's actually 169 at the moment, okay, but he sells for 208. Now, it's not guaranteed he's going to sell at 208 every time, okay, but just through the last 24 hours, we can tell that this card is up. Okay, so we can look here. 141 was his lowest yesterday. 153 on Sunday. Now, obviously, this is when the SBC pack dropped. Okay, so we know that this card, since the SBC dropped, will still sell for 150 odd K on the PlayStation, which is, you know, good going. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this card tonight. Now, the reason we're going for all the lower ones, okay, is because you do have some cards that are like 300-400K. However, what you're going to find is that you've got to play with 15K EA tax instead of, you know, 5K. So we're going to go look at Gary Lineker, okay? So 125 on the PlayStation. He's currently down at this moment in time, which is great because now I know that this card here gets to a low of 120. So this is a card that I should be looking at, okay? Now, also, I see a low of 129. There's nothing stopping me trying to get a 118, a 115, a 116. If it's not there, guys, if you can only see, let's say his lowest is 129, and you can only find 138, don't buy it. You don't have to buy it, okay? Minimize the risk, maximize the profit, and that's what you want to do here. So I know that we can sell this card all day long at 140. So picking him up here, okay, I'm only going to make 6k, but it's guaranteed. But if I pick him up an extra 9k cheaper, I'm going to turn that 6k into 15k profit. And it's a risk-free sort of flip because they can't get any lower. This card is not going to get any lower, okay, because it's required, it's wanted, it's needed, it's there. Again, if we go and look at Wayne Rooney, now this Wayne Rooney card is more expensive than any other card on the market, but as you can see here, okay, on the Xbox, prime example, 640, 629, 621. Now that price is huge. He's already down 19,000 coins, okay. Now if we go and look on the graph, okay, we can see, okay, that he will sell for about 654 over on the Xbox, but you can pick him up for 600. So there's a 50k drop there. However, 25k's for EA tax, you're going to make 25k profit. Now, these ain't guaranteed, okay? But again, if you minimize this risk by dropping it, and let's say you pick up a 590, but he only peaks at let's say 642, 10k off the top one, okay, you're still making 25k profit because you got him 10k cheaper. Okay, PC's got a huge one here. He almost dropped, you know, almost jumped 100k. Now that's probably this is based off like one card up here. So his average price, I don't know if Footbin actually gives him an average price. I don't think it's an average here. Obviously Footbin does, sorry, Footywiz doesn't. They give you an average overall price. So this card here, you know, is averagely selling at, you know, on PC 669. So again, you've got one there peaked up at 694, which is quite nice. So it could be an average of that hour. I'm not too sure how that works on Footywiz. Footywiz is still quite new to me. But again, we look here, you know, 560k on the PlayStation. He's 607 on a peak. I mean, he's up there at 611. So you're still making 30k coins on this Wayne Rooney card, okay? Now, there is other ways of doing icon flipping, and you can search the market so you get every single card. However, if you're very inexperienced on it, or isn't an average trader, you will lose coins because you're not understanding what you're doing. This way here is pretty much risk-free. You're picking up at a very good time, okay? You have a very good reason why to pick these cards up because they're required at this time, okay? You know there's a flood of them coming onto the market. Unusually, there isn't that sort of flood. And again, you know, on the quieter times of the day that these card prices will naturally rise when people are not doing the SBC. So if we look here, okay, so we've got Bobby Moore. 183 on the PlayStation, Xbox, 130 on the PlayStation. There's a big gap there anyway. But if we look here, 135, 132, 131, it's still naturally coming down. 200k, 195, 190. So he's actually at 187 here. So you can already pick that card up and it's 10k EA tax. I guarantee you could probably get that card for 175. Because people will undercut each other at this moment in time because they want the sale. Now, this card here is not great for PlayStation, okay, but this is the reason I picked it up. It's for Xbox. 174. 161 is the lowest. 225. That's nearly 45k profit. No, it's actually more than that. It's about 55k profit if you can get that jump. Isn't there? 196 to 161 is still 20k profit or thereabouts, okay? So this is a great card to be looking at. Again, if we go over Ashley Cole, okay, now if we go and quickly look at some of the others. Now, you know, Shearer is a bit cheap. I wouldn't really be looking at the Shearer card if I was you. Whack it over to the hourly graph, okay? I mean, it's not really worth going for that sort of card, okay? But what you can do is you can start looking at some of these other cards. Now, obviously, we know Owen is quite good because that's the card I was flipping with, okay? So we know 142 is a reasonably cheap price. I picked them up at 140. However, and today I was bidding on 3 of them, and all 3 of them finished in the 130s. There was a 134, 136, and a 138, I think it was. Okay, so I know we can get him cheaper than that. Now, if we can get him cheaper than that, sorry, we can sell him at his high. So at his high today was 154, which is what I sold him at, or 157. Okay, now we know that we can pick him up at, you know, 134, sell him off at 137. We're making ourselves about 15-16k profit. Now, he's only 150k. Most people should have an absolute ton of money by now. I mean, I'm sitting on 1 million coins. If I did 10 of those, I'm making myself over 100k just in this one card, this one filter. Obviously, you wouldn't buy 10 of the same card. You would flip it out so you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay, so again, let's go and have a look at some of the ones that are doing well right now, okay? Because they're obviously going to come down at some point. Now, if we go and look at Balak, again, Balak's a card that I was flipping about a month ago, or 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, when he was up in the 500s nearly. So if we go to the hour, okay, and we go down here, now Balak is 250k at his cheapest on the PlayStation, and he's 272 at his most expensive. And the good thing about that is that you can averagely look that you can gonna get 260k for him, okay, between 260 and 270. If you can pick him up at 250, okay, you ideally want to sell him on the higher end of 260s, is in 70s, okay? So again, you want to look at getting this card for about 245, selling them off at about 27. That will give you a little bit more profit. But again, you've got to cover nearly 15,000 coins in tax. So I don't like going for those higher ones unless I see a very noticeable drop in them. Again, you know, you've got all these cards here right now. I mean, this card here, 932,000. Is there much fluctuation in this sort of price? I can't see enough that's going to make us money. This would be 50,000 coins. So that's quite a lot of money to make, and there's not a lot of fluctuation in that, okay? So if we go and check a cheap one like RAL, okay, again, these people are going to be buying these cards. They're going to sell these icons. They're going to try and do the icon SBC. They're going to get absolute dog poop, and then they're going to try and buy their cards back. We can see here on Xbox, he's dropped 3k. He's dropped 3k on PlayStation, and he's dropped 3 or 4k on PC. This is because he's at a very high at the moment, okay? So 135, I'm pretty sure you probably pick him up for 115, okay, or 126 there. So he's actually quite average. He is 184 on the PC and then selling at 240, 224. Again, that's not really a great card to be flipping. Let's have a quick look. Is there any other cards that we could potentially look at? I mean, again, I quite like my English icons. I feel like they're always good to trade with. And the good thing is that you could probably snipe into a sniping filter for these cards. So like here, okay, so we know, look, we can pick them up for 191 on the Xbox there. And we can flip them off for 209. Okay, so we can make about 8-9k coins. I'd and list them up maybe a little bit more. I mean, he's selling up here for 216. there's no reason why if you put a 217, 218 out there and you're one of the cheapest on the market, he would sell. As you see, he's taking a massive drop again. I mean, PCs isn't better. Look at this. He's 233, and he's selling at 287. I mean, that's huge. And if you see his peak times during the night for you guys on PC, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So you would buy him down here, you know, peak time when everyone's doing their sell-offs, they're doing their icon packs. You'd list them up for 12 hours, and then, you know, it will sell through the night while you're sleeping. Again, I mean, I don't think there is, like, you can always flip any sort of one of these cards. I'm just trying to pick out some that are minimum risk that you can. I mean, you can even go into mid icons and do exactly the same thing. Obviously, mid icons, I think you can still get mid icons out the SBC pack. I know they messed it up, but they think they may have corrected it. But if they haven't, okay, then again, you can look at these like Alan Shearer, okay? This is going to be a great card to be flipping. Look at his fluctuation there already. Okay, if we go and look on PCs, very good for you guys on PC. I'm not understanding what that is. Okay, PlayStation is not great. I mean, you can still make money off this card. 188, and he sells for 210. I mean, you're still making 10k profit, so you know it's not too bad of a card. You just got to make sure you're picking up at his least. Now, if you can pick him up at 188, okay, he's actually 182 right now. You can pick him up for 175 and just hold him maybe 12 hours. You're going to make yourself close to 20,000 coins. And you could keep potentially just repeating this. The more money you've got, okay, so let's say you got 500k. Maybe go and put, you know, 130. Let's go by PlayStation price. 130 into Bobby Moore. Okay, let's go and put, well, yeah, you're not gonna do that one, are you? Gary Lineker, okay, 125. Again, Roy Keane. And these cards ain't gonna drop much more. They've already had a massive drop off because of the SBCs. Okay, these cards will kind of always at that sort of price for the last couple of weeks. They've just been deteriorating a little bit. Obviously, they had their period of where they were going up and up and up, and they're just coming down. The SBC kind of finished that price off. I can't see you getting cards dropping much more than this. So maybe pick 1, 2, 3, 4 icons up and try and flip them. You know, put them up for 12 hours. Make sure while you're sleeping that you actually got something going there. Right, so now we're on the PlayStation. Let's go and have a quick look at some of the stuff we have tried to pick up. And this will kind of go with what we were on about earlier. So, this Michael Owen card, okay? Now, I sold him at 157 this morning, okay? And I can try and pick him up for 134,000. Now, as you can see, I've missed these. Unfortunately, I had to have a chat with my boss. Well, I actually had to do some work. I mean, believe it or not. But yeah, 134,000 coins, 138 and 136. Now, if we could sell him at 157, which we already know, okay, we've missed out on about 15k profit there, about 12k profit there, and about 13k profit there. I've missed out on over 40k, and I could have made that in literally a few hours' time, okay? Now, as you can see here, I can potentially try and pick one up for 133. Now, if this card goes up anymore, I might as well just not buy it, okay, and go and pick up some others. However, at this moment in time, I probably would bid up to about 140 because that's previously what I bought one for, and that was what I was flogging it on. So if we quickly go in here and have a look, okay, there's the A tool that I told you guys to buy. We bought this guy for 10.25, sold him off for 11,750. There's another one here I picked up for about 11k, I think it was 11.25. I'm making only 250 coins on that one, but I mean it's profit at the end of the day. Cards like this here I picked up for 1.2. They fluctuate so much, I've sold them off. 1.5, I picked those up for 1.2 as well. Okay, let's go and have a quick look what we got here. There we go, there's the other Michael Owen. Now, I know Michael Owen sells for 157. I'm trying to flog him off at 155. However, I'm not going to sell him tonight because this is where everyone's selling their cards. This card is only going to drop in price. So he's actually at 140 right now. And I picked this up at about 2 o'clock this afternoon when I was trying to bid those others. Okay, so I did get this one, missed out on the others. But I know tomorrow that I'll be able to sell him at 150, 160. So I'm going to make myself 10,000 coins profit on that card. Okay, again with these Al Jabbers, I picked them up for 13,750. I'm selling them on. I did some hunter trading with the informs, made some good money on that. The Acardis, I mean, it's kind of what it is. But this is the main thing right now, guys, okay? I will make a video on cards that you have to pick up. These are long holds. These are going to be sat here for about 3 weeks. Now, Jack Grealish, okay, will go up. He will pretty much double in price the minute he gets close to his upgrade. Same as Sabitz, okay. Robinson is huge right now. He's 251,000 coins. Now, if you can pick him up around 220, okay, that's a very good price. I've gone in too early, but I already know I'm going to make loads of money on that, so I'm just leaving him there. Sol, again, is very, very high at this moment in time, so I could actually sell this guy and make some profit now, but why make the profit now when I know I'm going to make profit anyway? And as you can see, I have not put all my eggs in one basket. I have spread my investments out, but I've not done all my money into one lot of sort of trading, because this is like long-term investments. Okay, then I've got some icon flips, I've got some 83 flips, I've got some quick flips, I've got some informed trading flips. Okay, there's 5 or 6 different methods. Fluctuation trading. Okay, there's tons and tons and tons of stuff that I'm doing to make money. I've only just sold off all my gold common cards because I did my club stock. I bought them for 300 coins. I sold them for 750. You know, it's almost 3 times my money. It's easy trading. Never put all your eggs in one basket, okay? And don't go buying the same player all the time. And as you can see there, okay, I've missed another one at 134. That there is 55,000 coins in profit that I have missed. There's no excuse for it. I should have bought them. I should have kept an eye on them. But I know that we can get one for 134 and below. So we go here, okay, he's currently at 140. There's one there at 131, okay, so I'm going to look at buying that one. I'm going to flog him on later tonight throughout the evening, and it's just as simple as that, okay. Yeah, he's also got a hunter on as well, which is sweet. Let's see if we can try and see if anything pops up. I don't want to keep the video so long, but again, you can just square circle, or whatever it is on Xbox, and that will just keep refreshing the market. You'll be able to see what comes up. Okay, you could also potentially go into like the English icon sort of trading and see what they've got. But yeah, that is probably the best way. Again, I mean, I'm kind of lucky I didn't win those earlier, because they would have just been sat on my transfer list. I wouldn't have had the money to then win that 131. So this is what I'm saying. If you don't have to buy it, you don't buy it. Okay, you can move on to a different card, or you can just sit here and wait, because the more money I can make off a card, the better I feel and the better my balance looks. So at the end of the day, just remember that, okay, you're not forced into buying cards. But I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully this has helped you. This is one of the safest ways to do icon trading. Obviously, the higher you go up, the more risk you're taking. But with these sort of cards here, there's very, very little risk. And you can tell by previous days on how this card is going to react and bounce back. So, with that said, guys, don't forget, hit that sub button. Drop me a follow on Twitch. Hit that sub button on Twitch and get yourself some more investments, guys. Plenty more than what this is right now. But with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's